Many of you are faced with this problem that you are stuck at that 5 band again and again. You're not probably getting guidance. I'm not saying that people are not trained, but an ex-IELTS examiner will tell you how to crash your IELTS speaking. And there are only 10 tips. Within 1 week, you can improve, and it is not going to burn your pocket. So you always ask me questions, ma'am, you are an ex-IELTS examiner. Tell us what things we should keep in mind when we are practicing, right? So I will tell you at the last a formula how you should practice exactly, and within 1 week you get your 7 or 7.5. Of course, if you have a good grammar or a satisfactory grammar. But you must practice these tips regularly, and I'm sure you will crack a 7 band. Lot of people, I have my community, they always ask me, ma'am, what should we keep in mind, what is more important when we are doing our IELTS? So you're going to an institute, maybe you do not get good trainers, but an ex-IELTS examiner is here to help you. So the first tip is, please keep in mind that IELTS is a yapping test. Means you are to speak. Okay. So I'm coming to the part 1. Please note down, take a paper and a pencil. In the part 1, you should at least answer me as an examiner in 3 to 4 sentences, and try to include some compound or complex sentence. Okay. So do not answer yes. Oh, do you like ice cream? Yes. No, that is not the way. Got that? Elaborate your answer. Okay. And then part 1 is about you and not anybody else. Get that? Okay. Another tip. So the second one is, oh ma'am, do I need very good ideas? If my idea would be good, it is going to be, I'm going to get a very high band. No. Your opinion expressed in a good language is a guarantee to a good score, I would say. You are not judged by your ideas. If you say, oh, find reading monotonous or boring, that is not going to kind of leave a bad impression on the examiner, because we are not worried about that. We are saying that how you are using the language. Oh, I'm not an ardent reader, monotonous, whatever it is, the words you're using. I won't say that, oh, this candidate is dumb. Got that? Now, the third and the fourth one, too important. The third one is fluency. It is the heart and soul of your IELTS speaking. Remember that. But there's a myth. Now, what is a myth? The myth is, most of you think, oh, if I speak at a fast speed, the examiner is going to increase the score. Now, as an examiner, I know what is the difference between fluency and speaking fast. There is lot of difference, mind you. And of course, don't increase the speed, because greater the speed, more the mistakes, right? So speak at a pace which is suitable for you, not too fast and not too slow, so that you are comfortable and you can think also. That is a tip. Now, the fourth one is, you use basic connectors. Like, I can also give you example. You will use since, for, because, as, and. These are all basic ones. So try, sprinkling some other connectors. I'll give you an example. Suppose you say, oh, I love to exercise. It keeps me as fit as a fiddle, and it helps me to control my or burst my stress, or it is a stress buster. Now you have put that and. What you're going to do is, I exercise often because it keeps me as fit as a fiddle, Then you will add, apart from this, besides this, it is a stress buster. It helps me to cope up with my stress and increase my efficiency. So you have used a very good connector. Okay, so in this way you can use, on the other hand, it improves my efficiency. Okay, apart from this or besides this, and then you introduce, on the other hand, it also improves my efficiency at work. Okay, so, and the fifth one is always paraphrase the question. Now, what is paraphrasing? Paraphrase means do not repeat the words in the question. Suppose I give you an example. The examiner says, do you like reading? So you could say, yes, I am an ardent reader. I'm fond of reading. I'm crazy about . Or negatively, you can say, okay, I'm not very crazy about reading, or cooking is not my cup of tea. Okay, so like this. Then your lexical resource, it is important. That is one of the descriptors. Okay, as an IELTS examiner, I can tell you. So do not use very common vocabulary. Like if you say it was very interesting, especially in your IELTS speaking cue card, that is part 1. So when you're giving your experience, oh, the experience was very interesting. So you could use some good vocabulary. Oh, it was captivating. It was fascinating, amazing. It was really compelling, right? Or you could use some idiom. Okay. So then another thing, that is use of idiomatic expressions. That's another one. What does that mean? It is given in the band descriptors. So all idiomatic expressions get a higher band. So if my tip is that you must use at least 2 idioms in your IELTS speaking test. Okay, so if you want to say I was very happy with the results, I was over the moon, right? Instead of saying just I was very happy, or it was not difficult. So to saying it was not difficult, please note down, it's not rocket science. It was just a piece of cake. It's so easy peasy. So all idioms are idiomatic expressions. You must use them. You will get a higher band. Now, so the 8th one is, in your IELTS speaking tests, please listen to the questions very carefully. Now, why is that I'm stressing? Is the question so important? Yes, your tense in the part 1 of your IELTS speaking is very important. You must pay attention to the tense. If the examiner asks you, what games did you play when you were a kid? So means he's talking about the past. And if he says, do you exercise? So this is present indefinite. That means he is also talking about the present. And even in your cue card, just pay attention, though it is mostly in the past tense, pay attention what is the tense of the cue card. So what job would you like to do in the future? Or if they say what job would you like to do? So would doesn't mean it is a past. It means they are talking about the future. Then the next one is that in part 3, do not talk about yourself. In part 1, 2, you talk about yourself. But in part 3, it is general. So if they say, how's the life in the countryside different from that of the urbanites? Okay. So, or city life, you start answering that, oh, it's quite different. They are pole apart. I remember that I had a friend who was from the village and they used to get up very early. No, you have to talk about general. Don't give your experience in part 3 about yourself. So you could say that in the countryside, the people are early birds, whereas I would say people who live in the cities are night owls. So like this, you can elaborate. So the 10th one and the most important is how you are going to practice. There are so many apps, so many things on the internet, and how you are going to practice, nobody is telling you the right way. And in the sense, it is not going to cost you anything, not a penny, right? So what is that method? The method is You have a mirror in your house, all of you have it. Just stand before that mirror and speak. You could speak about yourself, about a cue card, about a part 3 question. Ask the question yourself, okay, and then answer it. Practice it at least in the morning for 15 minutes, and in the evening, if you have more time, practice it for half an hour. Within 1 week, you will become so confident. And the second method is, you all have cell phones. Just record yourself and see how many pauses and how you are dealing with the question. Okay? Thank you, and I hope you have liked it. Please share it with your friend. Sometimes one share can make a difference to the life of the other, and it may change his or her life forever. And why can't you be the agent of change? So share it and like it. Give me your feedback in the comments. You're always welcome. God bless you all.